Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Whitney and today I'm going to begin my detailed makeup collection inventory. So I'm going to run through each category of my makeup collection with you guys, probably in different videos because I have a very large collection. So that way you guys can see what I have, what I'm using, what I'm not using, and you can suggest videos on products that I have that you would like to see. So this is a list that I wrote up. I'm going to try and zoom in so that way you can see it, of my makeup collection inventory. So this is going to be as of October 1st, 2019. And this is a list of all of the different type of items that I have in my collection, that I'm, categories, if you will, I'm going to go through. So I have face primers, color correctors, foundations, concealers, setting powders, face powders, bronzers and contours, eyebrows, eye primers, single eyeshadows. Sorry for that misspelling. I was going through thoughts and anyway. Eyeshadow sticks, glitters and pigments, eyeshadow palettes, face palettes, eyeliner liquid, eyeliner pencils, mascaras and lash primers, blushes, highlighters, lip liners, lip balms, lipsticks, gloss, etc., and setting sprays. Can you tell that in the beginning I was like, oh yeah, I'm all into it, writing good, writing clear, writing pretty, and then it got sloppier and sloppier till the very bottom. Anyway, let me know what you guys have in your collection. Is this normal? Because when I was writing it out, I thought, man, I have an entire page of categories. That doesn't seem normal. But I do indeed have all of these categories. So I'm going to start with you. I'm not sure exactly how many I'm going to get through today. I'm just going to start pulling out products. I'm going to start from the top and go down, and we will see where we get. I'm going to start pulling stuff out and be right back. Also, I wanted to say that this is the first time that I'm actually going to thoroughly go through each category in my makeup collection and write down how much makeup that I have. So I've never previously gotten an accurate count of how much makeup I really own. So we're going to go through all these. I'm going to write down the totals right next to it, and then we're going to get a total for everything in my collection. And you guys are going to learn for the first time how much makeup I have with me. I'm a little nervous because I know that I have more makeup than what most people do, and it's just, I feel like it's going to make me not want to buy makeup ever again, but we will see. So okay, so this is my primer collection. So I'm going to try and pick up each one for you guys so that way you can see which ones I'm working with. So right here is the Tata Harper Illuminating Moisturizer. So this is technically a moisturizer, but it's got a little bit of shimmer in it, and I like to use it in the winter as an illuminating primer. I also have the Boscia Subaki Glotion, which is the same thing. I use this as a primer in the winter because it's got a luminous finish. I received this in gratis. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. I've never used this. It's supposed to be very nourishing, so I guess I will try and use this when it's winter as well, when my face is a little more dry. And I also got this in gratis. So if you see any of this G kind of gouged into products, that means I got it from gratis from Sephora. So this I got from gratis as well. I got a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is the original, and I got this in gratis. And I'm just going to be transparent with you guys. If I got it in gratis, I'm just going to tell you. A lot of my collection I did get through gratis from Sephora. I did work there for 3 years most recently, and then I also worked there for 2 years a while back. So a lot of my stuff is gratis from Sephora, but I did buy a lot of it as well. I got a backup of the Photo Finish Primer when they changed the packaging. So this is the Smooth and Blur. It's still the original, but the packaging changed. And this I got in gratis. This is the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I got this in gratis. This is the Becca Evermatte in the travel size, and I have already used quite a bit of it. I like to use this in the summer when I'm super oily, and I did purchase this. This is the Cover FX Blurring Primer. I got this in a BoxyCharm, so I did purchase this. This is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer from Urban Decay. And I did receive this in gratis, and this is currently in my project pan. This is the Benefit Professional, the Matte Rescue in a miniature travel size, and I did purchase this. I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, Primer plus Moisturizer in one. This was something that I got in gratis from Sephora. I'm looking for the G. I don't see it. Did I get this in gratis? I believe that I did, but I don't see the G anywhere on it. So I feel like I did get this in gratis though. This is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and I do believe I purchased this in a travel size. It was actually a kit that I got. I believe I got a different product in this in it, maybe a highlighter in it, and this is in the shade. What shade are you in? Oh, it's the priming filter. Okay. Oh my goodness. Just the backlight priming filter. There is no shade. This is the Pore Vanishing Stick from the Estee Edit. This brand no longer exists, which only goes to show you how old this is. And I have a backup. So this is my backup. This is the one that I have out to use. I bought both of these when they were going out of business because they were a great deal, and I do like this primer, but I haven't used either one of them up. I have the Sephora Beauty Amplifier Mattifying Primer. This is something that I got in gratis. It has the SKU marked out of it. I've never even opened it. You can see it's still sealed. This is the IPKN Network Flash Cream Radiant Primer. It's not focusing. There we go. I got this in a Ipsy box or BoxyCharm, or probably not BoxyCharm because it's miniature, probably an Ipsy bag. Way back when. It's just a radiant primer, and I only get use out of these during the winter, so I'm betting to use this up this winter because it's old. I have the Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Moisturizer Under Makeup Primer. Jesus, that's a mouthful. And this is just a mini size. I got this as a free gift with purchase when I got something from Ulta. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage, and this is just a very miniature sample. I got this with a MAC order online, so it's just a sample. And these last two, the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. This is a 100-point perk that I got, and then the YSL 2 Chiclat Blur Primer, also a 100-point perk that I picked up. Never used either one. I've used the Hourglass one before, but not this one. So that's it for all my primers. I'm going to go ahead and count them up real quick with you guys and see how many I have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
20 face primers, you guys. That is absolutely insane. Okay, moving right along, the next category that I have is color correctors. I don't have very many color correctors because it's not a step in my makeup process that I do often. And I'm not going to lie, all of these but one were gratis to me from Sephora. So you can tell I'm not really into color correcting. I do have some redness, but it tends to be covered just by foundation. I don't typically need anything more than that. So I do want to get use out of these. I want to use them up, but I don't typically purchase color correctors. But let's run through these real quick. So I have 3 miniature color correctors from Algenist. See if they're going to focus. They are called the Reveal Concentrated Color Correcting Drops. I have a peach, a blue, and a green. So green helps with redness. The blue or purple helps with brightness, and then the peach is going to help with any blue tones and to brighten the skin as well. So I have these. You can tell that I have used some of them, but these are just minis, and I just need to go through them so that way they're no longer in my collection. And those 3 were gratis to me from Sephora. These 2 products are from Lancome. I have the purple and the peach. They are called the Miracle CC Cushion. This is in 03 Pinky Peach, and this one is in 04 Purple. So these are just a CC cushion that help with brightness, both of these, and I was gifted this from Lancome at Sephora. This is a Marc Jacobs color corrector. It is in the shade 300 Covert Affairs, and it is in the yellow-green tone. So if you look at it, it's yellow with some streaks of green in it. And I have used this a little bit. Let me see if you can tell. So if I roll it all the way down, I have gotten some use out of it. And because I do have a little bit of redness, this is one that I do get use out of every now and then. But it's not something that I use on a regular basis. I really should, and I probably need to start working on it. This was also gratis to me at Sephora. So the last product that I have is from LA Girl. This is a Pro Conceal. It's actually a concealer. It says concealer, but it's, in my opinion, a color corrector because it is in the shade Peach Corrector. So there you go. Right there. Peach Corrector. So I did buy this one. I bought it only because I was buying a different LA Girl Pro Conceal concealer. And like a buy one get one 40% off or 50% off, something like that. So I said, okay, well, let me get one shade for concealer and one shade for corrector. I have never opened this. I've never used it. It is brand new. So I do need to get on it so that way I can use this up and get it out of my collection. And I'm not going to buy any more color correctors. To count these color correctors up, I have
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 color correctors. So as I was picking up my color correctors and pulling out my concealers, I did find this guy from Bobbi Brown, if it's going to focus. And it is an intensive skin serum corrector, and it is in the shade Bisque 4. So this is actually a corrector as well. I have gone through a Bobbi Brown corrector before, and I really did love it. So I totally forgot that I had this in my collection, and this is probably going to happen quite a bit as we run through my collection because I just have so much stuff I forget what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the 7 color correctors previously totaled. So that's going to be a total of 8 color correctors. Moving right along, this is my concealer collection. And you guys are going to laugh because pulling out my concealers, honestly, I put these out on the bed because I'm doing this just on my mattress right now. And I put these out, and honestly, the first thought that came to my mind was, that's it? That's all of the concealers that I own? How ridiculous. How ridiculous is that? I truly thought that I had more concealers than this. Hopefully I don't find any more hidden in my collection. I think this is it. But my God, that's a lot. That's a lot of concealers. So let's just get to it. The most recent concealer that I bought and purchased is from e.l.f. This is the 16-hour camo concealer from e.l.f. in the shade Fair Warm. This is way too light for me, and I don't know if I'll ever really get great use out of it because it's so light for me. I actually have 3 of these NARS Radiant Creamy Concealers. I have 2 minis that came in kits that I bought during holiday, and I have 1 full size that I believe was gratis to me. Yes, there's the G. They are all in the shade Custard. So this is a really good skin tone for me. I am using this one right now. These 2 are on backup. It's a good skin tone, good for coverage, but it's not light enough to really brighten my under eyes. The other product that I'm using currently is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Porcelain. This is in my project pan, so that's why you're seeing those lines. And it's okay. I would not repurchase the LA Girl Pro Concealers, and actually I have a second one. But this is in the shade Natural. So you can tell the difference. This one's much darker. So this is going to probably be more like a skin tone color for me as well, not much brightness. But so maybe I can use this in conjunction with maybe that e.l.f. one to get the right light consistency coloration for my skin tone. But I will use these, but I won't repurchase. I have other formulas of concealer that are like way better. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is in the shade NC20. So I have actually gone through an entire bottle of this concealer, and I really do enjoy it. So that's why I haven't tapped into this one. I repurchased it right after I went through the other one, but I haven't tapped into this one yet because I wanted to use some other concealers before I started using this one. This is a Dior Skin Nude Concealer. And is there a shade? Let's see. 002 Beige. So this I did get from gratis from Sephora. You can see the G. Is that the G right there? I think so. So I did get this in gratis from Sephora. It's a little too dark for me, and it's kind of sheer. I've used it a couple of times. It's something that I'll use, but it's not my favorite, and I would not purchase. This is the Lorac Perfection Concealer in the shade PC2 Light Clair. And this is also the second tube of this that I bought. I went through the first tube. I loved it. I was in a phase. I have used this one a couple of times, but it's so yellow. It is so yellow toned that my preferences, I think, have just changed. So this may be a concealer. The coverage and the consistency is great, but this may be a concealer that I have to mix because right now my preference is just not so yellow toned, and this is extremely, extremely yellow toned. I have two Sephora concealers. These are the Bright Future Gel Serum Concealers, and this is in the shade 06. There we go, Madeline. And this is in the shade 7.5 Biscotti. So 7.5 is going to be more my skin tone, a little darker for color correction coverage, and then 6 is going to be more for my brightness. I actually have gone through a tube of number 6, and I love the gel serum consistency. I do believe that they changed either the formula or the doe foot or something. I haven't used these since I ran out of the last one, but these are a formula that I really like, and I will look forward to using these up. This is a sample, like little mini of the It Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in the shade medium, and I have not even unsealed this. I've been hesitant because I've heard that this formula is quite thick, and that's not the best for someone who has oily skin. So I've been hesitant to try it, but I guess I just need to get a move on it. I've had this in my collection for a while, and this is a small tube, but I've heard that a little goes a very long way. So I feel like it's going to take me a while to use this up. So we'll see if I get to it this year or next year. I purchased this Sephora Make No Mistake High Coverage Concealer in the shade 04 Ginger. This, when I worked at Sephora, was so highly recommended by the employees, and the consistency, the coverage of this is really, really good. I have never opened this, but I used to test it at Sephora all the time, so I know that I'm going to enjoy using it when the time comes to use this up. This is a backup. I say backup, but I actually no longer have the one that I was using. I went through it. So this is the backup of my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Sand. This is, like I said, a backup, but I haven't opened it yet because all these other concealers, and as I'm running through them, I know how long it takes to go through a concealer, so I definitely will not try to purchase any more concealers right now because I certainly don't need any, and I know that these are going to take me a while to go through. So let's go ahead and count them up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14 concealers.